So, hello guys, and welcome to this new video. Today I'm here to show some redstone. A couple of days ago, Maizuma Games, who is a moderately well-known redstoner in the community, in case you don't know him, made a challenge. We'll link to his challenge in the description. It's a pretty short video in which he challenges us to create what he calls a 3x3 staircase entrance. And there's a bunch of categories in which you can, I would guess, participate in this challenge. You can make it, it's the door seamless, you can make it the fastest, you can make it the most compact, you can make it the most original, the most elegant, and so on and so forth. I took on a challenge, and my goals were as follows. First of all, I wanted to make it seamless. I managed to succeed there. Secondly, I wanted to make it fast, so not as in it needed to be the fastest possible seamless door, but as in with my current pitching configuration, I'm not gonna have like excessive delays everywhere. I'm gonna try to like skin things down, if that is the right English word to use there. And thirdly, I also wanted to go with a good size. So I tried to go with start with the piston configuration and not exceed the boundaries of that initial piston configuration, which I also succeeded in. So what are the results? Well, let's first show the thing in action before I go into it any further. As you can tell, the closing works fine, and the opening too. And this result is still seamless, and I'm personally quite happy with it. In case you didn't know, I streamed this earlier, by the way. So if you're watching this within like 2 weeks or something, you can still watch it in my past broadcasts on Twitch. I'll link to that, in case you're interested. So yeah, I spent like 5 hours or something stream today. It was a nice experiment, and we finished this and also did a bit of a tour around the not the server, my creative world. So yeah, that was just a little thing I wanted to mention. So I'm quite happy with this thing and how it turned out. Wasn't too hard of a challenge, wasn't too easy either. It was a nice challenge. Now, as for the details, the opening takes 1.6 seconds. That's from the moment you flick this lever until the moment that everything is like your entrance is basically as it would look normal, like this. And then closing is the time it takes between you flicking the lever like that, that everything is again on the front, everything looks again as it was. And that takes 1.25 seconds. So overall, I would say pretty fast door, 1.6 seconds, 1.25 seconds. Again, not the fastest, which is not the fastest possible probably, but fairly decent. As far as the size is concerned, we're using, the thing is 15 blocks wide, 10 blocks deep, and 9 blocks high, which goes for a total of 1,350 blocks. So again, that's probably not optimal, but I think it's decent. It turns out this piston configuration was used by other people as well, so I'm sorry. But it turns out that it's not the most original idea. I had some other ideas at first involving flying machines and such, but I'm quite happy I didn't go with that. I went for a lot more fast, clean, and well, just seamless solution. So as far as mechanics go, it's not a very complicated machine, so I can quickly cover that. First of all, we have, of course, a floor right here. We have some simple shifters right here. Basically, when you close it, it's going to, all these pistons are going to push. It's pretty simple. Wiring goes, yeah. Input mechanism just goes over here. That puts the block over there, and that extends the switch powers this. That sounds strange to you, but basically it's because of the precise redstone timings. And I need to thank Selulance for this. I went to his channel as well. He gave me this contraption right here, which was necessary in order to get the precise redstone timings of the input working, even if you use a remote lever. Then, remote input. Then basically power goes into here. It pushes all these stairs get pushed to this side. Then, right after that's done, we have these 3 pistons which just extend the first layer of first row of stairs 1 block up into their final position. And then we also have, it's a bit hard to show in a sense. We have these 3 SAM blocks which are hard to see. Oh, here. And these 3 pistons, these are just a normal slime block triple extender. This is how those usually work. Like this, I think. Actually, that's a bad design. Like this. This is a horizontal one, just to show the concept. And yeah, this is basically, I also used these pistons to get the right delay on everything, because basically, if you don't do that, if you just go with it this right away, you can do that. It's going to give you the same delay on the falling edge, but on the rising edge, it's going to happen differently, which causes this present block to just be grabbed and nothing else happens. So you don't want that. And so that's why I have this strange contraption using the pistons. So also did that over here. Basically, we have a delay going over here, going into these pistons, which in turn finally power a piston over here, which powers this piston on the side. Then the central piston is powered last, so that it is the first piston which pushes. And then over here, this is the middle piston, which is pushed in the second position. And that's powered from this side. Pretty basic. Then as well, we have on this side, we have a simple flush double extender, you could say, I guess, or single extender, which just grabs these blocks and removes them so that they don't interfere with the... Actually, I should get rid of that probably. So that they don't interfere with the sand blocks. On the sides, we also have some of these single retractors to make sure that these blocks are out of the way for the sand blocks. Then that covers most things already. Then as far as the falling edge is concerned, it's pretty basic. These gets pushed in again at the right time. The thing there retracts again at the right time. The only thing that's a bit tricky is what pushes the floor back into place. And I should probably show this in order for you to see this in slow motion, that is. So yeah, also this is what it looks like internally when it's extended. So just typical triple piston extender. That one pushed first, then this one pushed, and then this one pushed. And you can get all three back down fairly easily. And there at the back, you've got the first row. Now, let's load this in slow motion, so you have a bit more of an idea of what's going on here. This video is again a bit long, I have to say, but I really want to show at least some of the inner workings of this thing. So, basically, it's going to start retracting the back pistons first, I think. Yep. Sorry, stairs. So that's all pretty basic. It does it again. But now, check what happens. This pushes, and while it's pushing, it retracts again. As a result, these stone blocks are not pulled. They are block 36 at the time. And as a result, we can just shift those stairs and out and the stone blocks in without problems with that slam block, which would otherwise cause problems. So I suppose I should also show it in slow motion when it opens, perhaps. That could also be interesting. Sorry, when it closes. Let's see. It should be the faster end normally, so... Again, it does not happen at exactly the same time for... basically, that's less elegant, I know, but it is faster. So I went with speed over elegance right there. And then at the back, it just pushes the triple extenders just going up. Yeah, that's pretty simple. So yeah, a bit of strange... basically, I have to go with a bit of strange timing over here. With the middle piston versus the two other side pistons. You can tell that here you need to use... Also, you need to use a little... some weird timings with the whole powering of this thing. But it's alright. Also, this thing works in all four directions. I've tested it. I cannot say if it's not location dependent. I still don't understand location dependency, to be honest. But at least the rotation seemed to work fine. So I'm quite sure it's just also not a problem in that department. Personally, I'm just quite happy about how fast it is. Like, it could really be a lot slower. I mean, if you look at this, I don't know, but I'm quite happy with how it's doing that. I just love watching it personally. It's so fast. Perhaps I should show it once more, but at least then like it takes speed 3 or something, so it's not super slow. But you do get a bit more of a view of what's going on exactly. So yeah, most of the timings are pretty concise, so to speak, as in stuff's happening at once, or at least not before it should happen. Oh, I dropped down. No. Oh well. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, this video is just 10 minutes long, so I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. Even if you didn't, please leave a rating. And I hope I will see you in another video.